Boatworks today is sponsored by Total Boat and Alexial Yacht Coatings, as well as supported by the generosity from the beautiful folks over on Patreon. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the project, everybody. I've got high hopes for this week. Let's see what we can get done. All right, well, it looks like I'm on hold, at least for a little bit, with the fiberglassing. I thought I had a little bit more on that roll than how it actually played out, and well, I don't have enough. I have more on the way, but it's not going to be here yet for this week. But that's right, I've got plenty to keep me busy. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I'm going to start getting the bulkheads cut out. Now, I was able to, for the most part, I was able to salvage these when I removed them. That would be the starboard side, this panel over here. It's missing the bottom, but I think I'm just gonna, kind of extend the curvature and kind of keep my fingers crossed. Again, this is another reason why I'm doing all of my initial templating on OSB instead of taking these direct to Coosa and making my mistakes with those, with the expensive panels. So, a couple things I'm gonna do a little bit different than what was original. Now, I remember when I was cutting these out, there was a significant gap. If I remember right, I think I measured it. I had a 3/4 inch gap between the bulkhead and where it actually was supposed to meet up with the hull. 3/4 inch gap pretty much all the way around on both panels. So when I'm tracing these out onto the OSB, I don't necessarily want to have a snug fit, but I want to have a really good fit. So when it's all said and done, the panels that I cut, when they're in place, and again, you want to be able to just kind of shift them in place. You don't ever want to have to push or force them into where they're going to be living. But if I can just gently slide them in, I would like to have ideally around 1/8 of an inch gap all the way around. If it touches, that's fine. I know some people are going to, maybe bring up the comment about creating a hard spot on the hull. Just because a bulkhead is touching the hull does not mean that it's going to create a hard spot. That's not what that is. So just real quick, the difference being, if you can take whatever, we'll stick with the bulkheads. If you can take these and slide them into position easily, you can be making contact all the way around. But if they slide in easily, and meaning that you don't need to come in and kind of tap them the last couple inches, if you have to tap it into position, that means somewhere on the panel it's getting wedged on the hull. When you tap it in, now you're creating a hard spot. That's the hard spot. On the other hand, if you can take these and slide them right into position, touching or not, that's not a hard spot, completely different thing. So I want to try and get as close to that, you know, as close to a fit like a glove kind of a thing. But it's certainly not going to be, I'm not going to have any pinch points. So long way of saying, when I'm tracing these out, the sides that are going to be against the hull as well as the underside of the deck, I'm going to initially cut these out about 3/4 inch more than what this bulkhead is, just so that I've got a little bit of wiggle room to play with here. So that's going to be the plan, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. My old channels here that I can somewhat use as a reference, but also keep in mind this the flooring in here, it's still gonna come down a little bit because I still need to bevel the underside of each of these OSB panels. Again, I just want to stress, if you happened to miss last week, these are not going to be the finished parts. These are templates, basically. It's a lot, it hurts a lot less to make a mistake on, say, like a $20 sheet of OSB versus a $300 sheet of Coosa. So that's the route I'm going right now. So I'm sacrificing some OSB, but that's all right. Okay, well, I can't get it exactly in the track. I mean, it's here, but towards the bottom, it's not in the track because this forward piece down here, this is still a little bit proud. So again, I got to bevel the underside so everything kind of drops into place. But I will say, kind of looking at it all in through here, this looks really good. I might be able to take a little bit more off the top here, just in this corner. Say from like here to here. But I think that at least this side is definitely close enough to take this to the Coosa. If anything, it's just slightly oversized, which is fine. I can always shave material off. It's not quite so easy to add it back on after it's gone. So, all right, so that's the port side. Let's see how the starboard side fits. What I want to have at the when it's all said and done is I want to have the exact same opening at the top as I do at the bottom. And then I can also measure diagonals. I just want to make sure that even though this is a boat and nothing is square, nothing is plumb, I do want to have this walkthrough here as close to square as I can. It'll just make, it's just, I don't know. It just makes sense to me. Like, that's the way it should be. And if I ever, I don't know how I could ever fit it in here, but if I ever wanted to put any kind of a door or opening in here, it's a lot easier to make a square plumb door than it is, well, kind of a fun house door. So let me tinker around with this for a little bit and see if I can get a little bit better fit. Let's see. See if this works. Let's see. This is the side that pivots up. All right. All right. I guess the spacing's even. Okay, so looking at the starboard side here. And alongside the hull, for the most part, down here looks good. A little bit more of a gap than I want in through here and on the underside, as well as where it meets up against the side of the cabin. Top isn't terrible, but I think that can get pencil whipped a little bit better. Let's see, going over to the port side. Against the hull looks pretty good, but again, a little bit more of a gap in through here than I would like to see. That part isn't bad. Top looks pretty good. So what I ended up going with was a 22 3/4 inch spacing between here, not twice, for the opening here. And I think that'll work out well because once this is made out of Coosa and I'm actually trimming everything out, I am going to have kind of like a C-shaped or a C-shaped wood trim that's going to fit over the edge here just to kind of cover up that exposed edge of the Coosa and just kind of dress it up a little bit, but it's also going to add a little bit of thickness. Now the original opening on here was 21 3/4, 21 and a half, something like that. I wrote it down. So by the time I get the Coosa in and I get these end trim pieces on, I should be right close to original. If anything, be slightly larger, slightly wider, which honestly would be fine by me. It'll just make it that much easier for getting the hardware in and out, right? So let me get the heat gun fired up. I am going to kind of pencil whip this, the fit on here, make it a little bit tighter tolerance, and then I think I'll be able to transfer this over to the Coosa, get the Coosa cut, get the Coosa fit, and then we'll see where we're at as far as time for the week. All right, just to keep things easy, it is going to look like I'm going to have a little bit of a waste the way I'm laying this out, but I want to use the factory edge of the Coosa along this straight edge because, well, I want that to be straight. And none of this is going to end up going to waste. I have lots of little parts and doodads that I still got to make out of this, so. All right, there it's going to live. But, all right, so now at least I know the panels are all going to fit on a single sheet here. I'm going to take this one off until I actually get the curvature with that flexible little bending strip I've been using here on these. It works out really slick. If you got anything like a project like this going on, 100%. This little dude, as simple as it is, very, very helpful. like a beautiful new bulkhead. Nice. So it took a little bit of, back and forth. I had to do a little bit of trimming, try and fit it, trim some more, fit it, so on and so forth, until I got to this point right here. Now, I will say, as far as boats go here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me move it so you can. Got a laser level on here. And I gotta say, boat or no boat, that is pretty damn good. That's as plumb as I'm gonna get it. So that was the one side. How does the other side look? There again, I mean, that is perfect. If I'm within a 1/16 of an inch or less, dude, that makes me happy. I like being happy. I'm a happy guy. But I'm also a very tired guy. It's been one of those weeks. But at least as far as the materials that I have on hand, this is as far as I can take it. I think I remember I mentioned this earlier in the video. I ran out of fiberglass, and I have more on the way, and hopefully I see that here in the coming week. Hopefully in the beginning half of the week, but again, I don't know. I wasn't able to get the order in until Thursday evening, or maybe even Friday morning. So we'll see whenever it comes in. But that's all right. I do have a plan B for next week, which I think a lot of you might find interesting. I want to do a little bit of a deep dive on the electrical side as far as why or what specifically I'm going with, why I'm sizing it the way that I am, what are going to be the draw demands on this system while it's in use, and that kind of thing. But again, because I don't have any fiberglass, as far as making any additional headway with the bulkheads or with the flooring or the sole, that's on hold until stuff comes in. So I think at this point, it's Saturday evening. We've got 3-ish feet of snow on the way tomorrow. So I've got a busy Sunday ahead of me. I'm going to have to be doing plowing probably about every 3 or 4 hours just to stay on top of it. So, but anyways, my problem, not yours. But anyways, I think right here is going to be a good ending point for this video. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this interesting. And if you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you in advance. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave those down below. I'll do my best to follow up with you. And as always, I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I'll see you next week.
This has been a Boatworks Today production.